Folks, did you hear that ominous, spine-chilling sound on the field today? That metallic clang as the ball weakly veers off 45 degrees to the right and disappears in that split second. This is the word golfers fear most, the shank. Why does this terrible, uninvited guest show up on the field at the most critical moment when you're fine at the practice range? You know what's even scarier? A shank never ends with just one. Once it starts, it spreads like a plague to the next hole, and the next, consuming your very soul. Today on Shark Golf Mental Solution, we'll thoroughly dissect the psychological reality and neuroscientific secrets of the shank curse that destroys your swing and brutally tramples your score. Through today's deep analysis, we'll start the miraculous solution that will restore your iron shots to solidity. Now, first, we need to understand why shanks follow us around like a serial killer. Technically, it happens when the ball hits the hosel area of the club, but psychologically, this is the product of a perfect cognitive error. When a shank occurs, our brain's fear sensor, the amygdala, sounds the alarm. The anxiety, what if it goes right again, dominates the brain. Then our brain starts doing something really stupid. It activates what's called a withdrawal process, where you pull your body back to avoid getting close to the ball or try to over-control your wrists. But ironically, that very desire to not do something actually stiffens your muscles and pushes the club head closer to the ball. In psychology, this is called the rebound effect, or ironic process theory. Just as "don't think of a white bear" makes you think only of white bears, the moment you think "I shouldn't shank," your brain has already set up an image of the ball hitting the hosel. Your subconscious is already aiming for failure, so how can your body produce a successful shot? Shanks repeat, not because your swing path suddenly breaks down. It's because your brain is trapped in a cycle of failure. Here, let's hear 5 stories of our subscribers' desperate shank escapes. The first story is about Executive Director Young, a master with 20 years of experience in his 60s. Director Young was famous for his razor-sharp iron shots. But one day, during an important business round, the first shank exploded. From then on, standing over the ball became hell for Director Young. With thoughts of, what if I shank again? His address time exceeded 1 minute, and he gripped so tightly that blood couldn't flow through his knuckles. What was the result? Throughout all 18 holes, he shanked a whopping 7 times. This is a case where the perfectionism of masters who can't tolerate their own mistakes becomes a powerful magnet calling in shanks. The second story is about Manager Choi, a passionate golfer in his mid-50s. When Manager Choi shanks once, he immediately searches YouTube right there for a prescription. He tries to apply technical advice like straighten your wrist, keep weight back on the spot during the round. But this is like pouring oil on a burning house. With the brain already confused, continuously feeding it new commands completely paralyzes our body's motor control system. Manager Choi is the typical amateur who burst the mental dam while trying to fix shanks with technique. The third story is about Advisor Park in his early 70s. As Advisor Park aged and lost muscle strength, he believed shanks came from not being able to handle the head weight. So he put more force into his arms and swung harder. But shanks aren't a problem of strength, they're a problem of rhythm. Advisor Park was projecting his anxiety about aging onto the phenomenon of shanking, shrinking himself. The moment the helplessness of "am I finished now" arrives, shanks are no longer mistakes but inevitable results. The fourth story is an anecdote from a famous coach who manages the mental state of active tour players. He says during his time as a second-tier tour player, he shanked twice in a row in competition and went out of bounds. His mind went blank instantly, and he confesses he thought, "Who am I? Where am I?" After that, He immediately retired and decided to study the mind, even earning a doctorate in psychology, now helping players with similar concerns. It's not a joke, but really, sincerely, he emphasizes you need deep contemplation of who am I and where is my mind going to become a good player. The fifth story is my own confession. One day while practicing irons, I was shanking so much that I deliberately took a stance far from the ball and hit iron shots. Incredibly, perhaps because I thought I was far from the ball, I shanked even more. My body reflexively lunged forward and I shanked. Thus, the instinct within us has power stronger than our will. We must yield to it. Folks, legendary golfer Ben Hogan said this: "The most important shot in golf is the next one." These words resonate most desperately in shank situations. A shank is a past mistake, but what we fear is a future shank. The present shot we should actually focus on is nowhere to be found. When the brain travels between past and future, building anxiety, your ball unfailingly rushes toward the hosel. A shank is like a ghost. No wonder they call it a disease of the mind. It has no substance but makes us tremble with fear. But the way to chase away that ghost is simpler than you think. You just need to realize the ghost is fake and turn your gaze elsewhere. Now, we've examined why shanks don't stop once they start, and what tricks our brain uses to drag us into the swamp of failure. Are you ready to move to the next stage? From now on, I'll reveal neuroscientific training methods and emergency field prescriptions that can delete the memory of shanking input in your brain in 10 seconds and hit the dead center of iron shots in any situation. Now, I'll reveal neuroscientific secrets that will chase away this terrible specter of shanking dominating your brain and restore the solid feel of iron shots. Now that you know why shanks don't stop once they start, we must physically break that chain. If your brain is aiming for failure, we must forcibly move that target. Let's look deeper neuroscientifically at what happens in your body when a shank occurs. A fearful brain paralyzes our body's fine muscles and instead tenses large muscles. Especially when shoulder and chest muscles stiffen, the swing path tilts from outside in or toward the ball more than usual. When the unconscious fear of missing the ball is added, you get early wrist release or the body lunging toward the ball in what's called casting. This is the physical culprit of shanks. In other words, shanks are not the result of lacking technique, but the result of wrong muscle tension commands issued by the brain. So how do we correct these wrong commands? Engrave in your heart the shank escape 3-step mindset that Shark Golf proposes right now. The first step is forced relocation of visual target. Golfers who shank unconsciously stare at the inside of the ball where the hosel will hit. From now on, do the opposite. At address, look at the outermost part of the ball, the surface farthest from your body, and commit to hitting that spot when you swing. This is a technique that inputs new visual information to the brain and forcibly isolates your gaze from the danger zone called the hosel. This is like crossing a narrow bridge by looking only at the target on the other side, not the cliff. When your gaze changes, the brain's target point changes too. The second step is complete blocking of internal interference. When shanks occur, we keep focusing on our body's movements, thinking, keep arms close, fix my head. This is neuroscientifically the worst choice. The more you focus on your body, the more unnatural the swing becomes. Now place your gaze not on the ball, but on the head. Imagine hitting the ball with the toe part of the club head, the tip of the head. Forget how your arms are moving. Only draw the trajectory of the head tip passing the outside of the ball. When we focus on external goals, our brain finally reactivates the automated swing system. The third step is restoration of rhythm. Shanks usually come from a rushed mind. The impatience to quickly recover after a missed shot accelerates the start of the downswing, making the upper body lunge toward the ball before the lower body can even turn. What's needed then is the aesthetics of 1 second. Think about stopping very briefly at the top of the backswing, just 1 second before coming down. Like a stop line waiting for traffic lights to change at a busy soul intersection, a brief pause at the top of the backswing gives the brain time to sort out tangled wires. This brief pause aligns the twist between your upper and lower body and prevents the head from jutting toward the ball. Now I'll share 2 shank elimination training methods you can practice right away at the range and on the field. The first is 2-ball training. At the practice range, place 2 balls front and back in a line. You hit the ball closer to your body. At this time, swing thinking, you absolutely won't touch the outer ball. If you swing on a shank path, you'll hit the outer ball too. This training draws a clear map of the danger zone in your brain. The instinctive movement to avoid the outer ball will nicely pull your swing path inward. The second is towel insertion training. Put a glove or small towel under your right armpit and try only half swings. One of the biggest reasons for shanks is the right arm separating from the body during the downswing and going toward the ball. As you concentrate on not dropping the towel stuck in your armpit, your arm naturally stays close to your body and creates an in-out path where the head goes from inside to outside. This is the fastest and surest way to revive muscle memory. Folks, golf is not a sport pursuing perfection. It's a game of how gracefully you handle mistakes. A shank is just a passing shower. Just because a shower comes doesn't mean the sky has fallen, does it? Like briefly taking shelter under eaves from rain, give your brain rest with 1 deep breath. That you shanked means you're trying too hard to hit well right now. It's just a signal that your body is too tense. Senior golfers, look back on our lives. How many shank-like moments have there been in our lives? Those days when things didn't go as planned, when things exploded in unexpected directions and we stood dazed. But we got up again each time and walked toward the next hole. A shank on the golf course is nothing compared to life's trials. It's just 1 small ball going sideways. Don't sell your mood and your dignity to that 1 ball. Though the ball may have veered right, hold your head up proudly. Ha ha! This fellow's being quite mischievous today. We seniors have the composure to laugh it off. That composure is the most powerful antidote to stop shanks. The moment you laugh, the ghost of the shank loses power and disappears. I hope this long journey with Shark Golf Mental Solution today has made your iron solid again and calmed your mind peacefully. Your brain has now learned how to avoid the trap called shank. All that remains is to trust your swing and throw yourself into that smooth rhythm. When you grab your iron in the next round, recall the story we shared today. Look at the outside of the ball. Feel the tip of the head. Enjoy that 1 second at the top of the backswing. Your ball will no longer go astray but pierce toward the bull's eye. Get weekly encouragement for your unwavering golf life with subscriptions and likes. Shark Golf sincerely hopes your next shot lands beautifully on the green with a clear, lovely impact sound. This has been Shark Golf Mental Solution. We trust your solid mentality. Thank you. Have a pleasant round.